Guys, I'm making a zombie arm out of cake. I'm making this disgusting zombie arm cake so I can add it to the Domestic Geeks Halloween table. So keep watching because you're gonna get to see me, not only will you see the cake on her table, but you're gonna get to see me completely made over, or rather made under. And you'll get to see Sarah Lynn's reaction to my cake. To make this zombie arm cake, I am making 16 pounds of my ultimate vanilla cake, and I've dyed it a disgusting green.
That arm was 16 pounds?
Well, I mean, I carved some away,
Right.
Jocelyn. And now I'm going to level them, cut the caramelization off the bottom and all around the sides. 2 rectangular cakes, and right now I want to cut them in half lengthwise and stack one half on top of the other for both cakes. Anytime I'm doing something of this size or that will be rounded, I always save the humps because they're quite large and you never know, you could use them. And I was right about that because I'm going to use my humps. So I'm just going to, what do I do? Oh yeah, so I'm going to use my humps. So what I'm gonna do is cut each cake hump to the same size that my stacked cakes now are and put that little smaller hump on top. And now we can start to carve. So I will begin by carving the upper arm so it should be rounded at the top of the shoulder and then down to the elbow. I didn't bother to print a picture of an arm. I just basically kept looking down at my own arm, which is a weird angle. And I also looked at Cody's arm. This zombie will rip you apart. Nobody's afraid of a frail zombie, right?
Well, oddly enough, they always look frail, but they're strong.
Exactly. No, this is like a zombie. Like, yeah.
A what, yo?
A zombie. You have to say it like that.
You can't even say it without laughing.
No. And then we can move on to the second cake and start to carve from elbow to wrist. So you definitely want it to get thinner and taper down at the wrist, and then make sure that when we put the cakes together, these sections line up, right? You don't want it to look like it's a zombie. It's a zombie. And I wrote it down. Use your own arm as a model.
You wrote that down?
I did. It is time to unstack the layers, line them up, and we're gonna simple syrup this cake, but we're not just gonna use regular simple syrup. If there's no blood, is it Halloween? I'm adding red food coloring to my simple syrup.
Got it.
Okay?
I think we're supposed to react when we're going.
Cody already saw it. Wait, this isn't even where you should react, because right now, red food coloring is quite bright. So I'm just stirring it into my simple syrup, pouring it into Sir Squeeze. He was not pleased. But here's the kicker. When I squeezed this bloody shower onto the cake,
Gross.
it looked worse on the cake, Jocelyn. When I squirted it on the cakes, because they were that nasty green,
Oh.
the way it absorbed and it looked even grosser. I want to fill and stack this cake with Italian Meringue Buttercream, but I feel like that's too nice given how gross the cake layers look. So I've got to make my buttercream look uglier than it is. So I'm going to add some food coloring, and what I want to achieve is like a pus colored butter.
Ugh, don't say the P word.
Pus.
Ew.
I'm going to use ivory, buttercup yellow, a bit of golden yellow, and some moss green. Because you know when pus is infected, Jocelyn?
Okay. Stop!
Pus!
La, 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 la.
Pus!
I hate that word.
Pus?
That and the S word.
What's the S word?
I'm not telling you.
I can think of a lot of S words that I won't say on this show. It's not
No.
It's not
No.
Scab! It's scab! She hates scab!
I hate that word.
Pussy scab. Next year I'm making a pussy scab cake, Jocelyn.
You guys okay?
No, far from it.
Who wants a pussy scab cake? Leave a comment.
I hate the S word so much.
Yeah. It's up for a PSC. A pussy scab scab cake. That's what I'm gonna make next year.
And I need one more thing actually. So I'm going to use a little bit of strawberry jam with red food coloring. If there's no blood, it's not Halloween. I'm going to layer my cakes, layer of bloody zombie cake, pus buttercream. Then I'm gonna just spoon, I'm not even gonna spread the bloody jam nicely. I'm gonna like scoop it on so it's like gloppy.
Yeah.
And I'm actually purposely using strawberry jam. Normally I use raspberry because it's seedless, it's a bit darker, but I wanted like chunks.
Ugh.
And then I'm gonna add some more buttercream and then cake and then just keep repeating.
Okay, got it.
Okay, pus.
Got
Pus,
it.
pus, pus,
Okay.
pus, pus! I'm gonna make Jocelyn a shirt that says pus.
She's such a brat. Oh my God. You're such a brat.
I'm not even slightly an instigator. And then we're gonna crumb coat the entire arm with more pussy buttercream. So now that my crumb coat is chilled, I'm going to ice the cake again in more of the pus buttercream. I won't have to say it anymore.
Oh my God, are we done with this?
No, never. For my pus buttercream playlist.
Oh my God.
While my cake is chilling, I'm going to take the time to form my Rice Krispie hand. I just take some marshmallows, melt them in the microwave until they're really puffy, and then I stir it into Rice Krispies, and when I can no longer stir, I coat my hands in vegetable shortening and sort of knead the whole mixture together. What you want is a mixture that you can really sculpt and condense. Let the mixture cool a little and then just start to sculpt a hand. And I don't know what I was thinking because I really pictured myself sculpting a whole hand, like the palm and 4 fingers and the thumb. And as I was sculpting, I was like, what is wrong with me? I'm not gonna make Rice Krispie fingers. Imagine icing Rice Krispie. What is wrong with me? No, Yolanda. So I just took a bite of a finger, got rid of them, and then I'm going to just ice the palm or the main part of the hand in some more of my, I won't mention what it looks like, buttercream. Because I can be kind.
Can you?
And chill it. It's time for a whole lot of green fondant. And like really ugly green. We don't want like bright, fresh spring green. No. Zombie. I'm going to cover it in portions because I don't want to torture myself and have to roll out the fondant so big and be afraid of it breaking. So I will cover the upper portion of the arm, trim it at the elbow, and then I'll cover the lower portion. You just roll out a sheet of fondant that's big enough to wrap around, smooth it, tuck it under, and trim away the excess. And now I want to cover my Rice Krispie hand, just the base of the hand, in the same fondant. I'm going to add some CMC to the rest of my green fondant so I can make fingers. So I'm gonna form and sculpt 4 fingers and a thumb. Again, guess what I used as my models? I happen to have 2 sets, so. Once you're happy with the general shape and size of your fingers, you'll want to take some floral wire. I used thick wire, like 18 gauge wire. Brush on some clear piping gel and insert the wire into each finger. And you do want wire to extend beyond the finger. Now we can create the nail beds of our fingers, right? How did I do that? Oh, I used a sculpting tool. Go figure. But it's a zombie. They don't get manicures. That's obvious. I might be a zombie actually, come to think of it. So now I'm going to add these fingers and my thumb to my hand. And I carefully pushed the wire down into the Rice Krispie and added my fingers in place, and then finally my thumb. Now I'd like to form some bones from modeling chocolate. I'm using white modeling chocolate, and I'm just gonna form, I don't know bone names. The main bone that's in the upper arm here, like I Googled forearm bones. There's actually kind of 2 bones with a space between. So I'm going to make all of those bones out of modeling chocolate. I'm just looking at a picture on my phone and I'm gonna sculpt them by hand. Modeling chocolate gets quite hard in the fridge. I just wanna have the bones ready for when I need them. So sculpt away and then chill them. So for the nails, I'm going to use black gum paste and I'm gonna roll it out as thin as I can get it. Even though I'm using an oval Even though I'm using oval cutters, I'll still need to trim each nail to fit the nail bed I created on each finger. Manicure is done. It's time to gash open this arm. There's no nice way of putting this. So I'm just gonna take my knife and like hack up the arm. And then I'm gonna use a spoon to just spoon out some cake. I need to create a cavity where the bones can go. Now we have 2 cavities for bones. Now I'm gonna use a fork to create gashes in my arm. I actually have a giant fork. You want this zombie to look like it was in a bad fight with some other zombies. The next thing I'm gonna create, Jocelyn, I feel like you're not gonna like this word either, is a rash.
Oh, no, I don't mind that word.
Oh,
That's
okay.
fine. You can't get me with that one.
Okay.
Sorry, yo.
Okay, I don't know. To create my rash, I'm gonna use a ball tool to start to just indent the skin. Like dig the ball tool into the fondant at different depths to get like, right now it doesn't look weird. It just looks like dimples, but we're gonna fix that. And now I want to add the hand to the end of my arm. So if you need to trim away some fondant, add it to the wrist. You don't have to worry too much about the seam because there's gonna be blood. He's a little too well. He needs to look more sickly. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna mix together some taupe and white gel food coloring with clear food grade alcohol. I'm going to paint the whole cake. He's like a fresh, like he just woke up a zombie. I'm going for like seasoned zombie. So this is just gonna put a layer on top of the green to dull it down. I'm gonna mix some ivory food coloring with some clear food grade alcohol, but I wanna leave this paint on the thicker side. And now I'm gonna dab that ivory paint into every dimple of the rashy areas that I created. I'm going to top off that ivory paint with a mixture of red and brown food coloring. And now I'm gonna brulee the rashy area.
Oh, girl.
Because we want it to look like he's really scratched too much.
And it's like infected and
It's
bubbly.
infected, bubbly, and scabby.
Okay.
That's the term, Jocelyn.
Gross.
Remember that bloody jam, strawberry jam mixture I put inside the cake? I just want to spoon it into the open wounds of the arm. And you know what else? I feel like there would be like tendons and stuff. So for the tendons, I have some red shoestring licorice. I'm just gonna I just pulled up like handfuls of licorice and just chopped it. You're not measuring lengths, it's a mess. And now take that licorice and toss it in your bloody jam. And then spoon some of these bloody tendons into the open wounds. And if parts like stick out, amazing.
Amazing.
Now we can place our bones into the opening. So that bigger sort of half bone, add it into the arm, and then add the 2 modeling chocolate bones into the forearm. So now we have to address the seams. I know it's a zombie, but I still don't want this zombie to have seams. So there's a seam at the wrist and there's a seam at the base of all the fingers and the thumb. I'm gonna use more of my jam and just like glop it on, like he's been injured and it's just bloody. I'm gonna pack up my extra blood and take it to the domestic geek, just in case.
You never know when
You never know. You might need a pool of blood on the table. I got a really sick idea near the end of this, so I decided to actually sort of pull out the pinky, but to cover the wire, add some tendons.
Ugh.
Like your pinky was just dangling off your hand. The zombies have a rough life. This arm is ready for a party, right? I gotta take this arm to dinner at Sarah Lynn's.
Just gonna get armed and ready for this collab.
If you sign up for our email list between now and November 4th, you'll automatically be added to a list of people who can attend my special tutorial. I'm gonna make live for you my chocolate Swiss meringue buttercream. I thought about making pussy buttercream. I thought less people would attend. We don't have a video for it.
Nope.
It's in my cake book. I just love it. It's delicious, and I want to show you how to make it. So sign up for our email list. The link is below. We will let you know the date of the tutorial and all the details by sending you an email, and it will be so much fun and delicious.
I know.
If you make it along with me, there'll be a treat at the end.
What was that, you?
This is scary. This is all that Halloween thrills you need.
Okay, we are almost at Sarah Lynn's. It's a little loud.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Thanks for joining me.
Did you just wake up?
I know, right? This is actually a lot what I really look like when I
Okay,
get up,
okay.
to be honest. Especially
I
as a
woke
new
up
mom,
like
are you
this.
kidding
Yeah,
me?
exactly. Good enough. Are we ready? Are you ready?
I was
Oh my
born
god, I
ready.
feel like you need some ointment.
Oh, God, that is gross.
Oh no! He broke a nail!
Oh my gosh, yo, this is enormous.
It is.
This is not like
Oh, he's a bodybuilder.
I was gonna say.
I was gonna say yes.
All right, let's get you zombified.
Okay.
I don't usually rock out like this.
Right.
Just on my day-to-day. Wig, no wig. How are you feeling about this?
For me,
Yeah.
I think I want to wear a wig.
I mean, you have
Great, me in gray fashion wig. What do we think?
I think there may be a tiara included with your outfit as well. So
I feel like I'm the cake right now.
yes, exactly.
Okay, so
Your scab is almost dry.
awesome. That's what our girl wants to hear.
show?
Okay. This is not my usual part, like TBH.
Oh. Oh, 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 oh. Are you? Wow. I mean, it's subtle.
I don't understand. I barely remember prom night. What happened?
Yeah.
Come on.
There
Is there
blood.
like blood in my hair?
Over my
Oh
hair.
my god, I hate when that happens. It's like so hard being undead. Hi.
No, she doesn't seem
I
concerned
think she likes my hair.
even a little bit.
No.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, I could
Yeah.
rethink my. Yeah, what do you think about that?
You want to come to our party?
Is it nice?
Oh, you know what she wants? She wants your tiara. How could she not?
Oh, that's smart.
I mean, good girl. She's like, I'm going for the jewels. No, doesn't bother you at all. Hey! Oh my gosh, she's got blood on her hand. I'm sorry, Mama.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
This is today's spread.
Okay.
Except
It looks like
not.
something, it was removed from someone.
This is like cinnamon guts. We're still trying to figure out the best way to get people to eat it. And it actually, I think, tastes pretty good, which is kind of the point.
Awesome.
I'm trying to look creepy, and it's not looking creepy.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
Look
good.
at this one. Oh, this one's so good,
Yeah.
guys.
That one is probably the better one. Oh my gosh, it's true. I agree.
Like Sarah Lynn's
My idea of being creepy.
like you're literally surfing.
Oh, hi guys. Make sure you check out Sarah Lynn's video on her channel, The Domestic Geek. She's gonna walk you through how she made all of these gorgeous, gorgeous desserts. Click the link. It's down here. Click it. Click it. Oh, and check out my Halloween cakes playlist. Come over here. It's a playlist.